Hey, Zachary Clark here. I'm doing my numerical calculation for electric field due to multiple rings that would be very difficult to do by hand, as you have multiple rings that you'd have to integrate over to find a point that's very close to all of them. And I threw in an extra ring that's perpendicular to everything, and it's a negative charge that will affect it greatly more than or differently as compared to if it was a positive charge. So to begin it all off, I have my constants, which I have my UPEs charge for each one, and Q4 is a negative one that's perpendicular to the rest. I have my radius for each one of them, and this is the number of segments that each ring is broken up into, and this is a scaling factor so that you can see the arrows later. In my objects, I have each source 1 through 4 representing the rings. Each one's located at a different point in space that are just about the same as all. The one that's mainly different is the source 4, which has a different axis, as the y value is 1 compared to the x value for the rest, which orients it on my y plane. The radius for each one is set back to the constants. Thickness is different to help with changing the area, which will affect the overall charge on it, and each of the rings will be red. For my R arrow, that would be the arrow that circulates the ring and gives you a visual representation as it calculates the electric field. These are my initial values for each of the electric fields. It's just based off my source information. This is my observation location, and these are beginning my calculations. This will be the charge per each segment, so charge dq for charge, and ns would be whatever number that is. And I set up a lens space for it to calculate overall within the ring and make it easier. And then down here I have my E arrow. Each of these are just about identical to each other, as E1 is my E arrow with my observation location, so it's going to be set right center there. My axis, and then my color for each arrow will be oriented, or my color for each one will be different, so that it's easy to tell the change of each. For my first one I'm running through, it has a rate of 10. My source location is defined here and relates back to my other information earlier. This is my R from the ring to my observation location. This is the magnitude of it. This is just the overall equation that will give me the electric field of it all, with the charge over area times my constant and a vector, my R vector. This will give me E added up each time, and this will display my arrow. 2 and 3 will be the same, but the only thing to change is on 4. On 4 I had to change my source location slightly to orient it on the x-axis, and this sums up all of my electric fields to give me a net one that here. To run this real quick, I get this, so it adds up. This is each one going around the ring, and then you can see them forming each individual arrow right there. And the Y one is the net field, so that's my numerical calculation. Thank you.